much.
Oh, word. Thanks for that. Oh, I'll just watch you play. Like,
I hear you.
yeah, but I'll watch people play every once in a while. I just told Dolan though, like, I was like, look, I love you, dog, but I am not watching you play Sekiro. I don't really like watching other people play Sekiro for real, unless you like some beast that's like known to be speedrunning shit. Like, that's the only time I'd actually want to straight up like watch it. Like,
Yeah.
because watching people's fresh play of those games is like, why don't you just fucking do it then? You know what I'm saying? That and like, I mean, I'm not hating on his skills necessarily. I'm just kind of talking in general terms. Uh, yeah. Uh, does it not? Are you that type of dude that get frustrated when you know that you're clearly like gonna you could school harder in the game than they are? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're watching it, you know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
I'll be
about?
like, what the fuck? Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it like pisses me off when people just like fall for the same shit or just keep doing the same dumb thing over and over. It's like, what? What? Not learning? Sorry. Sounds like a you problem, dog.
Well, welcome to the Terror Dome.
What's up?
Oh shit, what's up, man? Jesse, you know Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him over there. We're just chatting and shit. I saw
Yes.
Nick over there
Nick-
too.
Yeah,
Wilson.
I did too. I saw both of them as we were leaving.
Oh, you went to Hilltop?
Well, you know, we were driving by and they were out front.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, we're out there chit chatting. I was waiting on some food, and I just went inside to go grab my food, just like wait in line. And I was just sitting there looking at something on my phone real quick, and this girl like comes up to me, dude, and like she's like, I don't know, it is funny because she was like macking on me, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, I was like, damn, trying to spit that game. Like she's like, do I know you from somewhere? I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, what's your name? And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I told her my name. I was just like, I don't know, where'd you go to high school? I was like, did you go to Eastern? And she was like, no, like, blah, blah, blah. She mentioned, like, some Jesse in there, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's her. Okay. Like, I was like, Ostra over there, and yeah, I was like, okay, now I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
picture's coming clear kind of thing. But yeah, like, just made a quick introduction or whatever, and like, yeah, she like, right before she went to the bathroom, she like winked at me. I was just like, wait a minute,
Hell
hold,
yeah,
hold,
bro.
hold up, what, wait, what? I was like geeking. I was just like cracking up, like, what the fuck did even just happen? That was quick.
Yeah. So, what? Did you get her number? Like, what?
I'm gonna try.
Right now, whore.
I demand fucking sex.
Yeah.
And what was it? Shit, I don't remember. Probably, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm just fucking. I'm high. I need to get more stoned for real. I need to work on my buzz.
Yeah, I need to get stoned myself.
I need some pussy.
That too.
Yeah.
Let me put it on the itinerary for Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo.
Yeah. I'm just looking for like the chick you can chill with, and then fuck on the side too. Whenever like I don't know.
Alright, well, you know, it's time to start swiping left.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding.
Every one
No,
of them.
fuck all that shit.
Until they
Dude.
answer. Nah.
No, like, I fucking hate the fucking Tinder okay Cupid shit. I hate online dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Shit's whack as fuck. So just like, and it's funny because so many of them are like, I don't even know what you would call a closet racist. Not even like, I don't even know. It's just like, hey, you know, you don't fuck with niggas. Like, get out of here. Like, so overt. I don't know. It's not even like it's my fault. Most of the time, it's just like whatever the fuck pops up in my feed. Fat bitches, a lot of fat bitches, ugly ones too. You know, you be in KY. I mean, shit. It's like, God, man. Of course, they need loving too. It's like, I ain't gonna be the one to deliver, but I mean, I ain't gonna be there for deliverance. But it's like, I mean, shit. I get it. Like, I ain't gonna knock their hustle. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
don't be mad at me for fucking being like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I like thick, dude. I don't like obese, like rotund. Yeah, I ain't trying to fuck Nutty Professor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. That's the thing. It's like, I don't
yo,
understand
Mitch
that
Clump.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? You just basically like, man, you know, if that dude from that fucking video where he's eating, like, he ordered 10 pizzas and ate 5 of them before you got home and had like the
Yeah.
fucking satchels on it as his thighs, you know,
Yeah.
that dude, what if he was gender swap? You know, I'd hit that then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no,
Yeah.
that would never happen. I ain't trying to get all up in that, dude.
Like, I don't know what that one, homeboy.
It's funny because a lot of brothers be like leaning more into the fat territory than actual thick these days. I'm like, I
That's
mean,
'cause they need a
I
ride.
feel like, what's up?
That's because they need a ride. I deduced that. Shit. Because I was like sitting there in my head, and I used to ask my mom too. I said, "Man, how come a lot of these skinny black dudes are with these fat white women?" And my mom's like, "I don't know." She's like, I don't know, right? And then like I'm sitting there looking at this guy close. Like there was like 3 vehicles we passed where I saw that shit, and I was sitting there looking closely, and I was just like, "Oh, that's why they need a fucking ride." So it's just it's a mutual relationship. You know, like you scratch my back, I scratch, your
pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, they need a
That's
ride.
funny.
They ain't got the
He
hook
said
up.
they
so-
need a ride.
Yeah, that's
This
what it
man,
is.
the dude, brothers just fucking fat white bitches down to they need a ride.
I mean, because these are dudes that look like they could get all the pussy in the world. Like, these dudes look like they could be getting some mad pussy. I mean, they probably are still on the side.
The booty slayer.
Yeah, they probably are. Once that bitch, like, cocks her head to the side over there, he's probably fucking because it takes her like 8 days to turn around. So 8 orbits.
He's like, all right, I fed her at 5 o'clock. All right, that should keep her busy. It's like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah. Much.
I left her at Ponderosa. It's like, damn, is that place even open? I don't even know, nigga. Like, I paid for the tab though.
Yeah, it's like, hey, nigga, look, just don't ask questions, all right?
I left an Amazon gift card. It should work.
Just call the fucking call service.
That's
But,
fuck.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like
Shit, they need a ride. Goddamn.
probably. Probably.
Ken, you been quiet, dog. You all right?
I'm
He's
alright.
in on it.
I'm still in prologue, so I'm still like learning the some of the.
Oh, the
bullshit.
game.
Yeah.
That's funny. Since you got your PS4, you've been like, man, day off. Yo, P4, what up?
Shit.
Entertain me. I feel you, dude. I was like, it's funny because when I had it, Nick remembers too. I had a PlayStation 4 that I got for real cheap, like pretty close to launch. I got it for like $283, and and like it was like a price mistake, but they had to honor it, and like yeah, I got it, and like there was literally no fucking games out, so like I pretty much just like downloaded Strider on PS4 and just like put it back in the
Operator
box.
to 9S.
This is 9S.
And
Go
just
ahead.
like
I have an incoming
yeah,
message
because I was
from
just like I'm gonna wait
QB at
until some
9S
games
from
come
the
out, and then I remember Evil
Initiating
Within
playback.
dropped, and I finished it, and then I like literally put it back up in the box.
9S. We've lost contact with several
Like I was
York
like,
units that are on their way
there
to
needs to be
surface.
more games.
Their black
Man,
boxes
once
are
Bloodborne
online,
dropped,
so
yo,
we
that bitch
assume
stayed
they're
out.
still alive.
I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
That's the location of
but
the
it was
signal.
funny because I didn't
So we
even
need
play
all
Bloodborne
York
that much
units on
around
the
launch
surface to
because,
head
like,
over
for a
and
while,
investigate.
because like, dude, them load screens are so brutal.
End transmission.
I heard
They're
something
real
about that
bad.
back at the Resistance camp.
Target
They were so
location
long that they
confirmed.
left, they
I'm worried
screen
about the
burnt
other
into
androids.
Bloodborne
We
into
should
some
probably check
people's
this out as
TVs,
soon
which
as
is funny.
possible.
It's like, oh shit, yo, Blood Bizzle.
Yeah, blood bizzle. Astro sizzle.
I don't know what's going on. Some kind of like developers conference thing where they just show you games that they've been working on, scrapped ideas, things like that. I think it's GDC or some shit, and FromSoft was there, and they were showing off like just concept for stuff, and I was like, man, like that either looks like Dark Souls 4 or Bloodborne 2, like straight up. Like I was like, yo, yeah, man. I don't know. It's funny because even though we get them kind of style games like so often these days, I feel like man, I don't know, they know how to bring it, dude. Them games are sick. They get me excited to play every time. Like, I mean, even if I like shit on them like Dark Souls 2, like it's always exciting when they're about to come out and then you start playing through them and shit. Like,
Yeah.
because for the most part, I'll say that like me being honest, like it's a lot of nitpicky shit that basically adds up to me not liking like the whole thing.
Mhm.
Like where it's like I don't know, I mean they're like Dark Souls 2 is an okay game, but I mean I've been like, man, like come on, dude, you know these ganks are fucking bullshit. You know these enemy placements are trash.
Yeah.
Like, you know, soul memory's a bitch. You know, adaptability's the dumbest thing they ever added in this series. That's why it's only in this game.
Yup.
Like, Dark 3 wasn't bad, but it was just kind of like, damn, this is the last game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like y'all did everything y'all could. I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, I don't feel like they did everything they could. I was like, hold on, y'all removed too much shit from even 2, which is a shit game. Y'all should have built on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, why y'all get rid of Twin Blades? You should have just nerfed them or not get rid of them.
Yeah, that's streamlining the game for no reason, you know.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly. Like, I mean, you got rid of a weapon type that was introduced in that series. You fucking had power stancing where you could basically use any combination of fucking weapons in the game, so you could use like a great sword and a katana if you really wanted to. You know, and you get like a unique moveset too if you do it right. And like, I don't know, and they just got rid of it and made it to where it's like, okay, only these weapons dual wield, but they do have unique things. It's just like, man, it felt like Dark Souls 3. A lot of the things they added or changed to or like did to the game was a result of motherfuckers on Xbox One crying about needing Bloodborne on their system, and then they just are like, all right, well, we can put a lot of Bloodborne into Dark Souls 3 and call it a fucking day. It'd be all right. And like, I'm like, man, this feels redundant. Like, this basically, like, these enemies don't work for this game. Like, compared to Bloodborne, because like Bloodborne, you could like move fast and whatnot, you know. So like, I don't know. Dark Souls is more like a slower paced defensive game. I felt like that third game especially, it's like shit. Look how most people play that shit. Roll around. It's goofy
That the motherfucking truth.
because it's more effective than blocking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
People are like trying to argue with Sekiro. Oh well, Sekiro. I don't see how people complain about Dark Souls 2 and they fight mainly humanoid enemies in this game. I'm like, that's because it makes fucking sense that you would fight humanoid enemies in this game. like Dark Souls had no reason to not be creative with the shit. It's like dark fantasy. Like
Hmm.
it's not like Sekiro. I mean, Sekiro. That's called you thinking it's gonna be something that it's not, which is a yokai type thing. It's like no, like that's Neo. You're thinking Neo. This isn't Neo. This is Sekiro. This is like based on like actual Japanese, like a fantasized version of a real life period in Japan, which is the Sengoku Warring States era. Like,
Hmm.
but they just took like real people and shit and like made up a story around it.
Yeah.
Like Tempo Temple and shit like that in Mont Congo are actual real places. Go look them up. Like those places actually exist in Japan, and not exactly the way they are in the game, but they do exist. You know, like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm kind of like. I don't know. Like in the humanoid enemy things, I'm like, okay, first off, the few motherfuckers that aren't humanoid in this game that you fight are probably the most annoying, hardest enemies in the game. Like, because the game's not built around that shit. Like, okay, so let's just go ahead and not use the lock-on mechanic anymore. We're not gonna do deflects. Like it's like what you're literally throwing away. You're pissing away hours of what you just learned
Yeah.
for just one fight, like, or a handful of fights, like Raging or Blazing Bull and Sakura Bull. Those kind of bosses, they're not hard, but it's just like, okay. And then you got Demon of Hatred that's just out of fucking control. He's hard. And then you have what you call the Guardian Ape, which can you watch me play? And it's like, yeah, that you cannot tell me that boss wasn't just throwing out all the mechanics. It's like, all right, well, you can't parry doo doo,
Yeah, no. Right.
can't parry these farts, these poisonous farts, and him being erratic and shit, like just swinging all over the place, like you would think King Kong would. Like, I mean, I'm not mad at the Guardian Ape for fucking fighting the way he does. I'm mad at the fact that I don't have the mechanics I learned don't work against this dude, and that's all you got. You gotta fight him in this weird way.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, would you really want? That's the question I pose, like, Souls players and shit. Like, you're complaining about the game, but like at the same time, do you feel like the things you're asking for, or do you think the game should have more of, like non-humanoid bosses? I mean, do you think the ones that are in the game are good? Like, come on, man. Shit, the human fights are some of the best fights in all the games. Artorias, one of the best fights in Dark Souls 1. Like, because like, I don't think like these fools understand like the context of what people are complaining about either. It's like, yeah, you can still make humanoid enemies interesting. You just didn't make their visual design interesting, nor did you make their moveset interesting. So like, that's why people shit on like the abundance of humanoid enemies. It's like, oh cool, it's a demon, but he walks with 2 fucking feet. Like, first game, it's like, yo man, this man got goat legs and motherfucking hentai. It's like, oh fuck, what do you do against that? You know what I'm saying? How's he gonna move?
Yeah.
I'll say this too, gotta give props to Sekiro for having the best gimmick boss fights in the whole fucking FromSoft library, I would say. Cause like, they're actually good, like, not intrusive. Like, you know, like how the gimmick fights in all the Souls series, like, they just aren't challenging whatsoever, and it's just like usually some puzzle or some stupid thing that you just do and it just kills the boss like instantly, pretty much. It's like no challenge. Yeah, well, this game kind of has like those same style of gimmick fights that aren't like super hard, but like they're interesting though. Like the folding screen monkeys, where it's based on the, you know, see no evil, hear no evil, like monkeys.
Yeah.
And they all like have like different traits. So like obviously like the see no monkey, you can't even see him. Funny thing is, he's always gonna be right behind you. No matter where you are on the map, like he's always gonna be right behind you. So all you have to do is just turn around at any point and just slash, and he'll be there. But you wouldn't know that, like unless you like fuck around with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll eventually just swing around and accidentally hit him. But like, yeah, that's one of the weird like tricks. Or like see no evil or hear no evil. Like you can just like, what was it, like pop the firecrackers or whatever, and it's like, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Divine Dragon, like, I don't know, you just dodge like this spectacle awesomeness, and like, yeah, you just use like the lightning bolt and just fuck them up. It's cool. Like, I don't know. I really like that game. I think about it like all the time still, like even though I finished it, like I'm like, damn, that was a fun fucking game. Like,
Dude,
I don't
still-
know. Well, dude, I just want, like, I really liked it, and I want them to improve on that, or at least, like, make more games that kind of lean heavy into that. Like, fuck the stamina bar, dude. If this is, like, the potential you can reach, yeah, I want you to revamp, like, the moves and stuff so they're all dope and useful, and it's not a bad first go-around kind of thing, is what I'm saying. They got a lot right, and there's a lot of things they can fix or change or, you know, add to the game. Shit, because even if they wanted to, they can borrow them that Dark Souls nonsense and like be like, all right, well, or borrow it and put it into like Dark Souls and be like, all right, well, you know, you just go ham with it, like redo Dark Souls in an interesting way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you can think of it this way too. If they obliged by giving casuals no more stamina meter or infinite stamina, they could technically make other parts of the game way harder.
Yeah, they could.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, well, I mean, shit, Sekiro lets you pause the game. And Resurrect technically have a free at least one free continue, if not two, if you have your nodes active for, like, you know, if you die, and that's like a big difference. Like, I mean, Dark Souls, you had to run all the way goddamn through some levels entirely again just to get to the boss for a rerun.
Yeah.
Which Sekiro definitely doesn't have that problem, but yeah. It just has lack of replay value, man. That lack of build variety. I don't know. Need to get some cosmetics or some shit, dude. Like armor change or I don't know, something.
Alright.
Because the way it's set up too right now, because like even prosthetics costing spirit emblems, it kind of disincentivizes you using some of the ones that you know are very situational, like the axe. Okay, if there's not a shield guy, then why the fuck are you ever going to use it? And he literally shows up in one area of the game, like shield dude. So it's like, okay, so the axe is useless outside of this. All right. The flame thing, it's like you run into maybe a handful of enemies with red eyes in that game, and they're really weak to fire. But the thing is, it's like, all right, outside of like the first technically roadblock that you have to fight, he is weak to fire. But everything else, you don't even really need to use it. Like, I mean, honestly, there are a couple things where I was like, maybe I should use it. I'm just like, fuck it, it's easier just parrying these dudes to death and making them break their posture. Like, who cares? Shuriken's useful because you can knock jumping or aerial people out of the air and mess their posture up. That's cool. The firecrackers are useful. And the spear is situational but more practical than the other things. The umbrella's cool, but you're only going to be using it against the Shichiman warriors with living force if you have that skill, or using it in the gun fort if you have it, but it's like, who cares? Yeah, man, that's the bummer. Like, the game gives you options, but they're not that good. Or whatever, like, who gives a fuck about most of them? Like, I'll tell you straight up now, you guys play that game, you best invest in Ichimonji Double. Not the motherfucking, not the quarter pounder, not the single patty, but the Ichimonji Double. Get that move. Fuck everything else. That's all you need. I'm telling you, that thing, okay, how broken you want me to tell you how broke this move is? Alright, you get to hit twice with it. It recovers your posture while fucking severely damaging theirs, and it costs no spirit emblems. It's like all these other combat arts use spirit emblems. So like, I don't know. And the dopest shit that I saw was like the hand-to-hand combat stuff, like the Senpo monk, like, you know, kung fu stuff. that stuff all is whack. Like, it looks cool, but they're whack. They don't do anything. Like, it's not that they don't do anything, it's that after the first hit of any of those like crazy chains they do, the opponent literally just parries everything. Like, they just deflect it, so like it's not like they get hit by it or you're doing any posture damage to them. They're just like blocking it basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's a real bummer. And they nerfed it on top of that, which is funny. Like, it wasn't good before, except one move, and then they nerfed it. That one move, and it's like, okay, well, never using this. But it's weird that I just find it strange that they're addressing a lot of things in like the patches. Like, they can actually tweak numbers and values of things like cost of spirit emblem costs and stuff. I think they should just get rid of them entirely or buff the ones that are there, so if they cost them, it costs any spirit emblem, they're that good. Because like, I'm gonna tell you straight up now, Nick, if you go for the bad ending, I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the ending, but I will tell you that you get unique skills whether you go for the bad ending or one of the other 3 unique endings. They give you the same one. The one for the 3 unique ones is called Dragon Flash. That one's cool. But the one you're gonna look at and you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's really sick. It's called One Mind. Bruh, they gave him Virgil's Rapid Slash.
Oh.
And he does the slow sheathing of the sword, and then you just see the fucking Judgment Cut whirlwind of fucking slashes in front of him, just like in an orb, and you're like, oh my god. Dude, it's sick looking. But it's not good. It's like, it's useful against the gorilla dude, but yeah. Originally it cost 5 spirit emblems to use. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? This thing is not worth it, dude. Like, yeah, right. They dropped it down to 3, and I still don't think it's worth it. Especially when Dragon Flash is like 2, and it's better, or Ichimonji Double, which is free. It's weird, man. But it's fortunate, like, the core gameplay is actually kind of, like, really fun, though, and addictive, because, like, if you can't use all that variety of skills and shit, it basically leaves you with a very simplistic game, but, like, ultimately I ended up liking it. Just, like, that raw clinking and clanking of the swords and shit. Like, I thought that was cool. So.
Yeah.
It just feels real raw.
Seems like everyone's liking it, though, so for the most part.
I will say, for the plus side, I know everybody's shitting on him for doing that VR game Deracine, but like, people fail to look at the underlying picture of what's going on. Because I thought Deracine was obviously like an experimental thing that Miyazaki just wanted to do, not just like a VR thing, but just an experimental thing. But I've looked at what engine it was made on. It's Unreal Engine. FromSoft never made a game on Unreal Engine, dude. Meaning, like, I think that was kind of like his, hey guys, I want you to use this as a learning lesson to learn how this engine works, because I think if they move over to Unreal, dude, oh my god, can you imagine finally getting consistent frame rates and shit from fucking a Souls game? Oh, I would love that. Jesus Christ, dude, no more frame skip. Like, it's not even, dude, Nick, that's the fucked up part about it. The game don't have frame drops, dude. These games don't have frame drops, they have frame pacing issues. Which literally looks like fucking frame drops. Like, it's sad. Like, it's literally, the game just can't even keep up with all the effects and shit. Like, mainly like in smoke and fire locations. So like, and that's still a problem. So, I mean, dude, in Sekiro, there's one level that's literally a burning castle. So like, the frame rate just fucking dies.
So that's the Blight Town of the fucking game.
Oh, dude. No, there's points where you won't even expect the game to drop, like, frames. Like, you'll be sitting there, like, I'll tell you when it gets at its worst, when it starts snowing. Like, oh, dude, like, climbing up Ashina Castle, I think that place probably has the worst drops in the entire game. But it's also, like, one of the biggest areas in the game.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, like, they need to find a new engine that, like, in some way, shape, or form, can like have assets render when people get closer to it instead of having everything render at once, just because they never know when people are just gonna get to areas. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to like, because dude, it's like it's hard on the RAM, dude. Like trying to remember this whole, like load up this whole fucking game. It's like they need to just say make RAM work the way it normally needs to. If the area is not being seen, it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Because I think that would offload a lot of their like problems. Because like they have a lot of like issues with the game, and it's funny because most of it has it doesn't have to do with graphical issues. It's always like the frame rate, like just it didn't even tank. It just the frame pacing gets bad. Enemy AI stops working. You remember the lecture hall and how like those gooey dudes, like the students, like get all choppy and shit. Like you know what I'm talking about? Dude, it does it in this game with the monkeys.
Ugh.
There's this one area where there's a bunch of monkeys, and yeah, they like some of them start moving at like 5 frames a second and shit, while the others are like moving all quick. Like it's goofy looking.
Yeah, that
So
sounds
like, it's not too bad, man. Like I'm not telling you like it's like unplayable. I'm simply telling you like this does exist in the game, and this is something that kind of is an issue in a lot of their games. So this about that time when they need to make that engine chump, dog.
Yeah.
Cause like, yeah, I don't know.
That's what you mean. Oh, here's
Yeah,
this
cause the, oh yeah, you good. You trying to play that Yak Zero though? Have you had any interest in the Yakuza game, Skin?
Oh yeah, definitely. I played a couple of them.
I'll give you a forewarning though. If you play any of them, I know Zero, hand on heart, it is the best I've played in the entire series, but I'm gonna tell you straight up now as a real fan too. You play Zero, that's just gonna spoil every other game for you. Like, none of the other games will ever be as good as that, and it sucks because it's the prequel to the whole story. So, kind of take your pick and approach it with caution, I guess, like, for lack of better words, because you can't play it as your first game because canonically it's the first, but, like, it's also the best game in the series, so more or less it's diminishing returns for every other game.
Yeah.
With the exception of Kiwami 2, which is the remake of 2. Like, that kind of stands on its own, but yeah. Zero's like 2 top tier, man. It's really good. Shit, if you only end up playing one of them, then just play just that one.
Nah, I've played 4 and 5.
Oh, my man. 4 is so good. That story,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I've wanted to play it for so long, but then when I finally played it, it was on 4. It was number 4.
You know they're remastering all, like, 3 through 5, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, though, they replaced the cop dude from 4 with a different actor and, like, different, like, voice actor and everything.
Looks like our surface route's been cut off.
Which
Maybe
is
we can
fucked
get
up
through from
because,
underground.
you know, the when the trial went through, he actually didn't do any blow, but they still fired him for it anyway.
Damn, that's fucked up.
They were just like, well, the work's already been done, so,
Those machines out in the
here's a
desert look
paycheck
just
and,
like
sorry.
androids, right?
Right.
Sorry about
But
that.
we androids were modeled after our human creators.
Yeah, Sega's
So why would
fucked up.
machines try to look like us?
There's no point trying
That actually
to work out
recently happened with,
unsolvable problems.
I
the
suppose.
actor for, what you call that game? For Judgment, the spin-off of Yakuza with the forensics and detective dude, the PI one that's coming out. Like, yeah, apparently one of the main villains in the game, he got busted for doing blow. And they straight up took him out of that game, dude. Like, I saw like the screenshots for like what he looks like now. And I was laughing my ass off. I was like, damn, they straight up done changed this man's face and everything. Like, they didn't give a fuck. Funny enough, too, he also, He also apparently voiced Olaf, the snowman from Frozen, in the Japanese version of fucking Kingdom Hearts. So I was
Frozen.
laughing my ass off. I was
Oh,
like, "Yo, he's the snowman, Gucci Mane."
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, Japanese Gucci
That's
Mane, dude.
Snowman.
No, snowman.
I know that's Jeezy, but you know. What the fuck?
These fucking losers at DoorDash.
What are those? What the?
Wow, this is weird. Where does this corridor lead? We're getting resistance signals from that building over there.
Man, fuck.
Man, I need another
We
beer.
need a way through.
Let's look around for a route we can take.
Yeah. I need just, you know, smoke some more weed or something. Need something. Ugh, I gotta fart too. Passing gas and smoking grass. Hell yeah.
I tell you what, boy.
Boy, I tell you what. Man, fuck.
This game's already weird.
The game's always gonna be weird. That's why I like it. Oh, game's fucking weird, man. Game's beard's weird.
Fuck the beard, weird.
Beard's weird. Fucking. He's like, man, shut the fuck up at the beginning of the song. He's like, man, shut the fuck
shut
up.
the fuck.
You know, beard's weird.
Let's dance, let's dance. Let's play, let's play, play, play. Let's play, let's sing, let's sing. Let's play, play, play. Let's play, let's play.
These machines are heavily armed. We'll regret it later if we let them escape. Do you really think it's a good idea to leave that tank behind?
If they aren't hostile, fighting them is a waste of time.
Damn, they're already trying to make me make decisions on
Yeah, dude.
morality.
Life's hardest choices.
Should I kill the fucking happy ass robots in the tank and have a hard fight, or should I just let them
I'll tell
be?
you, dog. I'll tell you straight up now, every decision you make is gonna mean something by the end of it. In some way, shape, or form. Not always gonna be tangible, but yeah. There's no right or wrong way to play that game, really.
For the glory of mankind.
What's this?
Analysis. It is a device that propels humans on rails at high speeds for the purposes of amusement. It was commonly referred to as a roller coaster.
Alright, I'm back. My bad.
Humans sure are strange creatures.
You good?
So, I'm following Linda Cardellini on Twitter. Just, she came out in that new fucking La Llorona movie, and I ain't gonna watch it because it's another
2B?
fucking garbage
Yes?
trash heap like the
People
nun.
who know
But
me well usually call me Nine.
I mean, the only reason
So-
I watched it is just because of her, just because
So what do you think?
she played Velma and Scooby Doo. And Velma was fucking
Yeah,
hot.
she's fucking banging. Yeah, hell yeah. She's fucking ridiculous,
I
dude.
was
Like,
oh my god.
Alright.
That's the only reason I'd fucking even bother with that movie.
well, her
Why'd
and
you-
fucking Linda Cardellini also played fucking Velma too.
Wait, what? That's what I said.
Linda Cardellini. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
She's fucking ridiculous.
Mhm.
Her Velma's OD.
I know.
Like, it's funny because motherfuckers always hated on Velma, but I'm just like, no, you like a dumb slut like Daphne. Go, be my guest. Go get Fred Slocky seconds, please. His Choochie, Chadley, Bradley, fucking Hayden, Braden, and Ninja Gaiden looking ass. Fucking Cody, Brody, and Chody.
Yeah.
Fucking punk ass bitch, dude. Fuck that, dude.
It's like, yup.
You got a face that's
Members
worth
detected
pissing
beneath
on.
this room.
No fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. looking at nah.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go. Gotta give respect to Freddie. His dad killed himself.
Damn. Wait. So, wait, what does that have to do with him, though?
No, I'm just saying, gotta give Freddie some respect. No, because I mean, like, I've seen him, like, he usually, I mean, he's been in some shit movies, but he usually, he's not a shit person as far as I've seen.
Yeah, I follow you now.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Because
follow
his
you
dad
now.
was on. Yeah, his dad was on some '70s show. I think it was a late '70s or early '80s show. I can't remember what it was called, but that was the original Freddie Prinze. I think
What the
his
hell?
dad killed
Our records
himself,
don't say
but it was
anything
like
about a
it was
machine like
drug
this.
related though. Like, they said that was a problem on set. So he was a real good guy. Just drugs got to him.
That don't happen,
I mean, it was good. He ain't following his dad's footsteps. Be an actor, but take that route. Freddie Prinze Jr. look at ass.
man. Shit, you should have been more on that Monte Black Knight bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, here we go again. Dun, wah, wah, dun. Yo, so I was
There you go,
thinking
that's
today.
Spark mantra.
Yo, so I was thinking today, alright? I was like, man, I was like, I was thinking for some reason the Contra collection or whatever. I was like, I know this motherfucker's gonna have 8 games on it. I was like, 4 of them we know is the Arcade Contra, Super Contra, Super C, which is NES, and then Alien Wars. And I'm like, well, since Bloodlines managed to make it, I'm almost certain we're gonna get Hardcore. But, well, I'll say this, Hardcore, and I'd honestly say NES Contra is pretty much a hard lock. Now, the last 2, okay, you're gonna hear 3 different things from me, okay?
Yeah.
What I hope doesn't happen is we're gonna get Operation C, the Game Boy game, and fucking Contra Force.
Well,
Now, the situation I personally would hope that would happen would be, in probably the most likely scenario, I'll tell you straight up now, Contra 4 ain't gonna come out. Alright, it's not gonna be on that collection. There's, let me put it this way, if they're not gonna fucking redo a DS game to fit newer TVs, dude. They're not gonna make some unique format to like redo the game basically so it works on modern TVs. They're not gonna do that. Contra Rebirth is out of the question because apparently that shit's, all 3 of those games are getting re-released for the Switch, plus the 4th title that never was out, like came out. So like those games are getting re-releases on the Switch. So Contra Rebirth's not happening. That leaves us with literally Shattered Soldier and Hardcore Uprising. Hardcore Uprising, I highly doubt, because it's made by another company. Arc System Works. Now, so that leaves it to me basically being like, I think the most realistic scenario and what I think we're going to get is Operation C, that Game Boy game, and Shattered Soldier. I genuinely think we might actually get Shattered Soldier. I know you probably didn't think that, me being so like kind of like, I don't think we're getting this, that, or the other. No, I think there's a strong chance we'll probably get Shattered Soldier. And the reason why I say that is because like, if we're really lucky though, Nick, this is the lucky scenario though. I didn't mention that one. The lucky scenario is we actually get Shattered Soldier and Neo Contra. And the reason why instead of Operation C. Now the reason why I would say the first one is, if they did the first one, which is Operation C and Contra Force, that's a bitch ass move. Simply put, the game Contra Force never came out in Japan, and when it was supposed to come out in Japan, it wasn't a Contra game. It was going to be called Archound. So, what are you going to do for the Japanese version of that game? Just release some shit, some random ass fuck off like Contra title? Like, no, nobody's going to. And they know the reputation of those games are bad. It's kind of like how it's like almost like a guarantee that PS1 games aren't going to be there. We know for a fact Legacy of War and Adventure's not going to be there. Ford, like I said, they're too lazy to remake that shit. They're not going to fucking... There's too much work to be done. And the reason why I think Neo Contra could possibly make it, as well as Shattered Soldier in the best case scenario, is because Neo Contra, it's kind of like the big change for Contra. It's them doing something new, but like, here's the one thing, and I'm gonna give you one guess. What do you think is the one thing that if my theory is correct, what do you think binds all the games together, all these Contra games together?
Them sucking.
Close.
You said a Contra game or
All of them. If Neo Contra and Shattered Soldier made it to the made it on the collection to round it out, what do you think binds all that? What do you think binds all those games together? What's the one thing they all
I've
share?
almost analyzed the enemy's hacking pattern. I'm going to try to hack it
the
back.
running guns?
Keep it busy.
You got it.
Actually, you're thinking very obvious, which is good because it's a very obvious answer. Co-op. All of them. If they all have, like, I think they might. If I'm thinking, being optimistic about it, I would like to think that they're only going to put the co-op games on there, games with two-player functionality, because Operation C doesn't have it. It's a fucking Game Boy game, and the other like you can't have Contra 4, like I said, because for one, you can't have two-player on it. You can't natively. You have to use a link cable, and on top of that, it just takes effort to make the game work anyway. But I think, yeah, it's basically every single one of them will have cooperative play, possibly, maybe online if we're lucky, but I don't know. I think that'd be the one thing that's going to hold, that's going to keep that package consistent, which is every single game has two-player in it. And that's why I think Neo Contra has a very good chance of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's to be. I feel like at this point it is to be expected. It's like, look, if you're gonna release these Contra titles, you gotta have online co-op. You can't just do couch co-op.
Or even if you do, at least you like make the whole package like you can play every single game cooperatively. Because I can still compensate and fucking go share play or some shit. You know, I'll figure something out. But yeah, probably online play would be great. But yeah, if share play's an option, so fuck it. It's a one-up. But yeah, like that's one thing that I hope they do. Like make the collection kind of like a co-op centric thing where it's like, all right. Yeah, like because nobody wants Operation C, man. Like nobody's asking for that shit. Nobody wants Contra Force for sure, and you'd definitely be stupid to put like the worst rated Contra game ever like on that collection, like for nostalgia purposes and shit. Like no, nobody cares about the historical value of this turd.
Yeah, because I mean, at least with Capcom, it was like, well, they were giving you every X game. Granted.
They gave you the shit ones, but they made sure they put every single one. They didn't like. They were like, fuck it. Like, well, except for Command Mission, which is like, I get why, because it's an RPG, but still, like, yeah, they put every single one.
Yeah.
The bad idea though was fucking separating the collection. I think that was still a dumbass move.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they simply did it because the Switch can't handle having 8 Mega Man games on one fucking disc or some shit, like one cartridge. That's probably why they split it up.
Thanks for the assist.
Oh,
Like,
you mean the hacking?
Because I don't see any
No
reason
worries.
how the
Us scanners are
the
pretty
first
good at
3
that
Super
kind of
Nintendo
thing.
games and the
I've got your
PlayStation
back
1
anytime.
X4 can't fit on the same fucking disc as X4 through or 5
We
through
have to
8. I
save
just
those
don't see that.
androids.
That's goofy to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
like-
think they were.
Oh,
Especially because like the bonus content isn't even like different between the two games. Like they're just like most of the supplementary content, like it's pretty much shared. So I don't know. I want that Castlevania, or not Castlevania as much, but I want that Contra really bad though. Like,
Yeah.
I just hope it has like good games on it.
So,
Like, I mean, I'll be happy if it has
What is it?
hardcore
That
and
machine had some pretty
Alien
weird
Wars on
things
there,
to
but
say, huh?
man,
It's almost
can
like
you
it had
imagine if it
actual
had
emotion.
Shattered
The machines
fucking
don't
Soldier
have
on there,
feelings.
dude? Like,
You
I mean,
said
I'm
that
not too
yourself.
crazy about Neo
Yeah.
Contra, but I would take that over half of those
I
other
guess.
fucking games on there, dude.
Yeah.
That came out. Like, I'd take it over 4. The only game I probably wouldn't take it over is Hardcore Uprising, and I'd much rather have that in Shattered Soldier than like anything else. But like that would to me would be the perfect collection. But like I think yeah, I think there's a good chance we'll probably get Shattered Soldier and Neo Contra.
Yeah. Hope we do.
But more than likely probably gonna get fucking Shattered Soldier and Operation C.
Yeah.
Which I
Sorry.
mean, no, you good. Cause I don't know, man. Have you ever played Operation C?
I've messed around with it.
Oh, like in an emulator and some shit.
No, back on PS1.
What? Operation C? Operation C is the Game Boy game.
Sorry, Game Boy. Yeah. I'm thinking of the other one.
Yeah, because
But yeah, I have played the Game Boy one.
yeah, because I mean, I probably wouldn't be so hard on it if it actually had like unique shit in it, but it's just basically like a half-ass remake of like Alien Wars, kinda.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care much for it. It's like throwing on them fucking Castlevania Game Boy games. It's like, man, whose idea was this, man? Fuck the Origins, man. Like this shit. Some of the Origins wasn't good, bro. Castlevania 2 can eat my dick. I'll still stand by that shit. Motherfuckers be getting mad too when I say it. I'm like, Castlevania 2 sucks. Its music was dope. The game was not good.
Yeah.
But it's the beginning of Symphony of the Night, the greatest game ever made. Oh, okay, well that's Symphony. Symphony's a great game, but not Castlevania's Simon's Revenge or whatever, Return or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
The game was not good, man.
Do
Talk
you,
about it. What's up?
No, yeah, I'm thinking of like my roommate. He says, he's like, I know 64 is bad, but he likes 64. He's like, he knows it's bad. He's like, story-wise, he thought it was interesting. It's one of those.
Oh, for which game?
64. Castlevania 64.
Oh, yeah. I never played it until like, shit. Actually, the first time I ever played it was actually at Jill's, because she just happened to have Castlevania 64, I remember, and I was like, oh my god, this fucking game's like infamous. I was like, I never played this shit. And I was like, I have to play it. And I played a little bit of it. It's like, dude, this game's not like, it doesn't control like the worst thing I've ever played, but it's not good. Like, it's not like, I don't know, I could see where the game, like, if you played it long enough, you probably start seeing the shit that people are talking about, like,
Hostiles.
yeah, I don't know.
I am not hostile.
Huh?
It's funny because like the 3D Castlevania games have never been that good, and it's
This
like the
thing is
moment
awfully
Lord of
verbose for
Shadow
a
comes
machine.
out, it's like, oh man, it's okay, it's just mediocre as fuck as God of War.
It
It's
could be a
like, I
trap.
mean, it works,
Still,
right? I'm
we
like,
should
dude,
at least head over there and
it
gather
works,
data, right?
but I don't know, man. It didn't feel like a Castlevania game I waited for.
Yeah.
Especially when it's translated. Like, honestly, if Lord of Shadows 2 had more time in the oven and couldn't be so damn pretentious, I think, like, it would have been decent.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, not have, like, the stealth sections and shit like that. Like, I think it honestly, like, was formatted quite a bit like a Castlevania game where you explore, like, a castle and stuff, but... And I didn't even mind, like, the combat system, because it's, like, it's okay for it to be shallow, at least, like... There's a lot of other things here to make it feel like Castlevania, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could argue the first one was like kind of closer to the original NES style, where it's like linear. But like, I was like, man, like everything in this game lacks an original bone.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this boss is clearly some shit from Shadow of the Colossus that didn't make it in the
What's
game.
that?
Like,
Oh,
alright,
right.
climb
You
big
wouldn't have
stone,
seen
man.
that before. They're sending supplies up from
He
Earth
got
to
moss
the
on
moon
him.
in the bunker. There are no spare
And
parts
it's
or
different
fuel
because
in
you use a
space
whip,
after
you know what
all.
I'm saying? The Wanderer, he used the sword. You know, stabby stab, whippy whip, you know.
Stab with you.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, just League.
Some people got it, and some people don't.
So
Yeah,
why don't the
Fleetwood Mac,
machines,
I
or
mean,
the
yeah.
aliens who created them,
Fleetwood
attack the
Mac,
bunker
yo.
directly? They originally came here from outer space, right?
Well, there are a few theories about that.
Best
No one
dominoes,
knows
though.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hard to tell what an alien is thinking, you know?
Yo, Gypsy. No.
Milli Vanilli.
he was. Yeah, Milli Vanilli. All you need is love.
Yo, Fine Young Cannibals, I mean, hey, yo.
Yeah.
Snow, no.
Snow, no. Yeah, Snow.
Dude, I can't believe he was not even trolling about that. He was like throwing out Snow songs. I'm like, yo, this song's bad, dude. Like, this is worse than Informer. I'm like, these Informer was the only single because the rest of these songs are really bad. They're somehow worse than Informer. Informer. The boom boom now. It's fucking ugly. This man was so into it too.
God.
Yo, Snow go. Snow go hard. I'm like, how is he going hard? Why? Because he lives in Canada.
Looks
They
like they
unlock
really don't
doors to
wanna
their
fight.
house. Like, nigga, get out of here.
So,
You so hard. Why don't you go leave your door unlocked in Compton, bitch?
There's something you must understand. We are not
Leave your door unlocked in Baltimore.
We can't trust
Yeah,
anything
you
the
know.
machine says.
See if Omar Little
I
don't come
understand
choke that
you see
ass.
us as the enemy,
just like,
but well,
get the
anyway,
fuck
my
out
name is
of
Pascal.
here.
I'm the leader of this village.
Yeah, that
Most
crust,
of
that
us
butt
out here
crust.
desire nothing more
I was
than
gonna say, do
to
you watch
live
this guy on
peaceful
YouTube
existence.
named Cordery FX?
You'll see that it's
No.
true.
He's fucking funny. Like when he was doing, like pretty much his film reviews are the same shit we think of. Like he did, like when he was talking about the fucking Conjuring franchise. He's like, man, I like the franchise, but he's like, these spin-offs are fucking trash. Like he was talking about The Nun, and he was just sitting there going, he's like, man, so I figured it out. So all these movies nowadays, they got this pattern that for jump scares. He's like, you know how they build the music and the tension and everything up real quick, and then what they do is they stop the music and then have the camera like pan close to something, and then immediately just have the jump scare. It's like it's literally every fucking movie now, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it's stupid. Like, it gets on my nerves because it's like and you know, obviously fucking morons fall for this shit all the time. But he's talking about The Nun. He's just like, yeah, everybody's just on this shit. He has this voice track play with him over it where you hear like the audience. He says every time The Nun shows up, it'd be like this, and it just shows like a theater where there's like a part from the movie where she shows up. You hear everyone gasping, oh, and he's like, oh my god, who? It's The Nun. yeah, dude. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. The way he does it is so funny. He's like, oh my god, who's? It's The Nun. Let me find this shit. It's fucking funny. There he is. The Nun is trash.
That's all I had to type.
Yeah,
The Nun is trash. Okay, I'll just type it.
yeah.
Damn, I barely typed in. I barely typed in the S, and it was already like it's trash. Alright, so which one do I need to be clicking on? The top three is no. The top four is The Nun is garbage. The Nun was garbage. The Nun is a trash queen. The Nun is terrible, and other movies about nuns, and then Nun. Everything wrong with modern horror.
Yeah, that one. It's that one. Let me see if I can find the part.
I dig the RoboCop font.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude knows.
They're fucking steel. Fucking steel. Dirty.
Let me see. Fuck, what is it? Are you watching it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be like at the beginning within the first 5 minutes. He's gonna fucking do it.
Yeah. Watch it right. Wait, was that Pam from fucking from The Office?
I don't know where you at.
I don't know, like the chick in Conjuring. She's like screaming at something. There's like a screenshot.
For some reason, popcorn munching dummies do. Yeah, it's in 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm almost there.
Alright.
Oh my god, it's done on!
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
oh
all
my
these
God,
people
who's
are like, yeah, and they're just like, oh!
yeah, oh my god, it's done on? He does it again for fucking Annabelle or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that's like further in the movie, or further in the show, thing. Oh, that's it. It's like 3 minutes and 45 seconds, I think.
Yeah. Hold on. No, oh my god! It's the dog!
Yeah.
It looks scary, therefore I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I remember when I went to see that movie. God, it was fucking trash, dude. People were getting scared at like the most typical shit in the movie. Oh, it's a little girl. I'm scared. It's like, fuck out of here, man. Shit's garbage.
Dude, that's great, dude. Just start doing that still pictures and then just put like an image of something like on the screen. Oh my god, it's Borderland 3! They got guns with feet!
Yeah.
The gun, it has toes!
Bro, he's been having a running joke on fucking when he goes over horror movies, cause with the Nun, they kept promoting it, talking about it's the darkest chapter in the Conjuring universe or some shit. So he's been using that as a fucking joke. Wow. This guy pulled out this shit.
The spooky Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Woo! The Nun, Ghostbusters and shit.
Yeah.
Theodore Rex. I forgot about that
Yeah.
movie.
I know. This was laughing at because I was like, hey, bro. I give them credit. At least they were trying something back then. Hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just like got a cough, kind of weird right now.
Oh, I was about to say some good shit.
I don't have any weed.
Shit, I'll smoke with you. You roll over here.
That'd be dope.
You do what you want, man. I'll be up. Shit, if I can muster up the fucking energy, I'll fucking turn on the Wii and throw in some Contra and get my practice in.
Yeah.
Oh, there's trophies now? Yo, that's all I needed. Affirmation, that's all I needed.
Yep.
My gold banana sticker. For real. Like, fuck that shit. Fucking look, you 200. Fuck, let me get my gold banana sticker. Let niggas know. I finished it. No deaths. No continues. No Konami code.
That shit.
It's funny because I know people that think that game's impossible without the Konami code. I'm like, nah, it's doable. It's very doable.
Dude, it just sucked.
I'm not gonna tell you the
That's just
game's
bad.
I'm not gonna tell you the game's fucking out easy. I'm just telling you it's very doable. Shit, I've beaten. I'm not saying I'm the greatest fucking Contra 3 player, motherfucker. I beat that shit in 18 minutes, dude, and some change. I don't know what the world record is, but I mean that's pretty fucking fast, I'd say.
Yeah.
Somebody that just casually plays the game. And I mean casually played, I mean you either playing Contra or you're not.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see my heart get broken when it asks for the 100 hit rate fucking trophy for Shattered Soldier. I'm being like, alright, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this shit. I mean, in all honesty, I should probably be practicing that one more than any of them.
Which one?
Shattered Soldier.
Yeah, you can do that one.
That and Hardcore are probably the ones I'm the least good at. But Hardcore pisses me off because more often, like, I played the American version more than any of them, and then once I discovered the Japanese one, it's like, I find it fun, but I just never took the time to master it.
Yeah.
The way that I did with, like, 3 or 1 or Super C. And Shattered Soldier was just goddamn hard, so, like, I never was able to do it. Like, I remember getting, like, S rank on it, or A or whatever that you needed for every single mission prior to the last one, and I missed, like, 2 enemies or something stupid on the last level and, like, basically couldn't get it. Because, you know, the game auto-saves, so. Real bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I gave up after that point because I think I like missed like 2 enemies, and I was like, God damn it, dude! Like, fuck, man! Like, it's like, really, dude? Like, I literally have to get the bad ending because I missed 2 fucking enemies on 1 level. Like, that's so stupid. So I think I gave up on it. I was like, I've beaten the game, so like, it's like whatever. And then you told me years later when I met you, you told me there was like an extra fucking level and a real boss after that. I was like, oh come on, dude.
There's
Like
2 extra levels.
yeah, well, not really. It's like more like one, like long ass boss fight. Cause you fight like that. I saw that video you told me to watch, like of it, cause I remember you told me about it. And I was like, it was like a helicopter robot thing, and then you fight like some fucking alien, whatever, Orphan of Cos looking ass. You fight him, and then that's it. I don't know if they had like an actual like screen thing. Like I don't think like they gave you like a result screen until you finish both of them. Like it just like goes from one fight into the next, don't it?
Yeah, it
like
does.
it's not considered like separate levels. It's just like you only get like that one extra segment of like them 2 boss fights. It's like a boss rush basically.
Yeah, it has
continuation.
it has the results screen, and then like it just continues from where that stage left off or whatever.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit, I think, if I recall, there should be, if I remember, there should be a total of 7 levels. 2 extra ones, and then the last one, which is pretty much, yeah, like you said, a continued boss fight.
Because I thought there was only 6 levels in their final boss.
I thought there were 7. Here, I look it up.
Yeah, because I thought that's what it was. Like, it was like the original Contra Island. You kill, like, Lance and all those bosses. Then if you had an S rank or whatever, A rank or whatever on it, the 100 hit rate, you go to the last stage, fight that fucking, fight that helicopter, like, robot thing, and then you go into some portal, and then you fight, like, the last boss.
Yeah.
And then it gives you, like, the results screen, I thought. Either which way, the shit made me mad salty. Like, I was like, really, dude? Like, I put all that work in that game, and that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back into it. Hell, I'd give Devil May Cry 3 a go here in a bit for hard and very hard, but just having to play through all the difficulties. I don't like that.
Yeah, they count 7. Stage 5,
Okay.
that one's the jungle stage. Stage 6 is the one where you're on the helicopter and you have to fight all those creatures. And then they go ahead and include stage 7 as like the final boss.
Okay, so the final boss is actually considered a stage on its own. Okay. So.
Yeah, because I mean, like by the end of it, yeah, it does do the stage clear, but then you have to still beat them again because they call them grotesque chimera. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm following you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just never finished that fucking game, man. Like I couldn't do it. It's crazy too, because that game is hard as shit, man. Like, I put in so much time to get good at it, and it's like, I can't... Dude, yeah, I think it was just getting that fucking A rank and just being like, oh, I missed 2 enemies or some stupid thing. Like, oh, you didn't blow up some turd mound on the wall, like, whatever.
Still,
you missed everything. It's like, alright.
About siblings. Do you think she just means they were built at the same factory or something?
I've seen the last boss, kind of. Red Falcon, I was just like, oh, well, it's the last boss of the last Contra 3, whatever. It's not, so.
Yeah.
It's like a bummer, but whatever. At least I can say I've done that much with it, but yeah. Sucks that there's a trophy tied to it. Better not be. Fuck. Then again, they need some damn challenging trophies on some of these games, man. I mean, if you ain't seen that arcade collections or the Arcane Anniversary Collection one, that one was kind of weak, dude. It was pretty much just like play long enough to get like X score in said game, which if you're playing well enough, you won't even need to play that long.
Yeah.
Just to get the plat. Like, it don't even require you to finish Gradius or anything like that. So I'm like, kidding me? Which version are you getting of Contra? You getting the Japanese or the American version of the download?
Probably the American.
Really? Yeah.
Well, I don't think it probably wouldn't matter, right?
Oh, it does. I mean, it does, depending on... I mean, for one, if you care about the regional differences, yeah, they're region locked. You can't, like, swap them mid-game.
Right, right.
So, like, I mean, if you don't mind playing, like, the bullshit version of hardcore or something like that, then, yeah, like... Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much what's gonna make or break it for me. What's up?
Well, I'm saying that's the version I know, since I have it.
The Japanese version?
No,
Or the American? Oh, the American one?
version.
Yeah.
since I have
See, like, I'm just not a fan of that version of it. That's why, like, I'm like, I'll just go and get the Japanese one.
Oh, okay. Damn, you can
'Cause I
still
don't-
buy PS3. No, I'm saying you can still buy classics on PS3.
What you mean?
Like, you know how the PS3 had the PS2 collection stuff?
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could still buy because it's on the PlayStation Store. Because I remember on my PS3, I don't even think the option for that is there anymore.
Weird. I mean, yeah, they go on sale all the time still, too. Sheriff Soldier is actually on there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, $4.
Because I don't know, like... I don't know, man. Dude, I swear, I wouldn't have gone out of my way if it actually did have, like, the version selects and stuff like that. Because, man, like...
Yeah,
I don't know,
they
have you
should.
played... Because have you played, like, Japanese version of, like, the Contra, like, on Famicom? Like, on emulator?
I think just Operation C.
Oh, just Operation C, because, dude, the Japanese version of Contra 1, dude, they had, like, cutscenes and shit, like, and, like, little maps and stuff